Welcome back to the Boo Review. Today for Mystery Monday, real quick, this is AJ if you're new to the show, this is Jared, and we're actually welcoming back Nathan. You have anything to say? Oh, okay, there. Oh, we get a little
Nathan hand.
Creamy.
All right, get out of here, Nathan. They don't know that it's you unless you say something.
They see my hand.
Today we're bringing a couple of debates. So, the whole did we land on the moon debate, that's tired, that's old. Yeah, because we landed on the moon, tard.
It's fake?
Did Neil Armstrong...
No, see, what you just did there was completely get rid of any conspiracy theorists who might want to watch this show. What? They think the moon landing's real? Them. And then they're not going to watch it.
Do we want them anyway?
We want the conspiracy theorists on our side.
Did Neil Armstrong see UFOs when they landed on the moon? And on the Apollo 10 mission, did they hear music in space?
We know the answer.
Do you? Stay tuned.
They saw this hand.
What are you doing?
They saw this hand and they were like, what the
Theory is that he landed and he said, first step for man, first step for me, first step for all y'all. And then after he said that, which that is 100% what he said, there was some transmission that was cut out. And during that transmission, he started to say something about some UFOs. What was it? What the hell was it? That's all I want to know.
What there?
These babies are huge, sir. Enormous. Oh, God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, there are other spacecraft out there lined up on the far side of the crater edge. They're on the moon watching us.
All right, 1920s movie star.
What is this on your face?
Hopefully I can edit.
How long has that been there?
Probably the whole time.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
This has been on my face the whole time. Just for context, these pants I'm wearing. Yeah. I apologize.
According to Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, 2 massive alien spacecraft were there waiting to greet him and the Apollo 11 lunar module as it touched down the moon's surface in July of 1969. I'm reading this from Wikipedia. I'm not just telling you that. Okay, so that's the first theory. We're going to go on to the music now.
Are we going to discuss what the hell's going on right there?
We're going to present both of them and talk about it.
What's the answer to the first one?
You'll never know. I'm going to explain everything once we get down to it. Okay.
I guess we'll have to trust him.
All right, we're going to play you a little bit of the original recording, but we'd also like to go ahead and read you the transcripts ourselves.
Because it's fun,
right.
And in the original, it's a little garbled at times.
It's a little garbled, yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Nathan is going to play the LMP, that's the Lunar Module Pilot, by the name of Eugene A. Cernan. AJ will play the Command Module Pilot, John W. Young, and I'll be playing the Commander, Thomas P. Stafford. You want some more brownies?
No.
Go hungry. Okay, that's not even related.
That music even sounds out of spacey, doesn't it? You hear that? That whistling sound?
Yes.
Woo!
You want some more brownies? Now. And that music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? You hear that? That whistling sound? Yeah.
Did you hear that whistling sound too?
Yeah, it sounds like, outer space type music.
Yeah, it sounds like, outer space type music.
I wonder what it is.
Isn't that weird, Eerie Johnny?
Yes, I got it too. And see who was outside.
I don't know what that means right there. See who was outside. What are they talking about there?
I have no idea.
That's weird.
In the original audio too, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
That's in the transcript. There was you know what? I was reading through the transcript, and they mentioned a bear outside as well. So
what?
I'm not even joking. That's probably what we should be covering.
Boy, that sure is weird music.
We're going to have to find out about that. Nobody will believe us.
Yes, it's whistling, It's like outer space type music.
I mean, what the hell was that gurgling noise?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, that eerie music's what's bothering me. You know that?
God damn. I heard it too.
You know that was funny. That's just like something from outer space, really. Who's gonna believe it?
Nobody. Shall we tell them about it?
I don't know. We ought to think about it some.
Did you hear it, Tom?
Yes, he heard it.
Yes.
Hell, I just want to get out of the suit.
Where is the music? I want to have Charlie describe it to us. Where's the tape recorder?
On the second one over.
No, I just didn't play that. Hello, Houston, Apollo 10.
Hold your mic down a little bit.
Is it on?
Yes.
Play that song over again, though, when you get to it. Zap it up a little bit.
That was my line, but I'll forgive you.
Trolled by aliens.
I know NASA has for the Apollo 10 and Apollo 11 missions, as well as all the Apollos, you can read the transcripts from those missions in PDF form if you wish to. So let's go back to Apollo 11 for a second. Neil Armstrong seeing these UFOs. What do you guys think? Did you think that was no one thought it was real.
Okay.
For one, it's not from NASA. It's not in the transcripts. I traced it back to a publication by Saga Magazine, and they had a little offshoot called UFO Report. And in UFO Report, there was a story that was like this.
Think it was run by Tyler Glockner's grandpa?
This came out in 1968, and it was written by Otto Binder, who actually wrote for Marvel and DC as well.
Nice.
And Fawcett Comics, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
The UFO Report is basically a magazine that was kind of like for kids.
Jared said it first. UFOs are for babies.
UFOs are for babies. Now, on to the music.
It's heavily debatable whether it's music. It's just a loud sound. It's a
Right.
tone. It's a tone.
Right.
It's a single tone.
Right. That's what makes me suspicious about this, because it seems like the astronauts are really hearing a type of music rather than just a single tone, and they're reacting like it is music. And
You think this tone is trying to trick them?
I don't. Were they really into psychedelic music?
Unless in the recording we can hear it better than they can, and we can clearly tell that it's a tone where they're just hearing a sound.
Well, maybe
in their suit.
But even in
it's
his
not as
thing, if you
clear.
listen to it, he goes woo, and I'm like,
That doesn't sound like it.
no, it doesn't. That's what makes me.
I think he was just enjoying it, man.
Maybe it was just.
He was just getting delirious. He'd been in
That's
space too long, cooped up in that
He was
little
ready
module.
he was ready for anything that sounded like music. Now, this stuff wasn't revealed by NASA for almost 50 years, so it does make you wonder what else were they hiding.
How long do they typically keep documents classified?
I guess I think they kept all of Apollo 10 classified until 2012.
Yeah, it wasn't these particular documents. I do know that
I believe that's what space.com said. Anyway, the whistling sound that we heard, according to them, was nothing more than interference between the VHF radios on two different vehicles. And also, Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins, the third astronaut we never hear about, wrote in his book, Carrying the Fire, that NASA technicians warned him about the whistling. And so he was prepared for it, because he said that if he hadn't heard it, it would have scared the shit out of him.
I think he said scared the hell out of him.
He scared
But I mean,
yeah, well, I'm taking liberties. First step for all y'all. And his book was published in 1974. Now, this story blew up when a documentary on the Sci-Fi Channel called Unexplained NASA Files aired. And on their version, they try to play it up, and they don't even play the original recording.
That is music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? Do you hear that? That whistling sound?
And they were just trying to play up how creepy it is. I just wanted to highlight these two stories because I'd rather these conspiracy theories take flight rather than the ones where we didn't go to the moon. Now, I understand that when you're watching the moon coverage, it does look... There's something cheap looking about that thing. And that's just because it's 1969. That doesn't mean that we couldn't do it. We have footage of us going around the moon multiple times. So it's not... I don't understand why it's the other stretch of imagination that they would land on the moon. It takes more to believe that they didn't do it. I personally believe we went to the moon.
it takes way more to go into how and why they would fake it. I guess the why is because the whole space race thing.
Right.
And America to be superior, get to the moon
That's a
first.
lot of people that's got to keep that thing secret. A lot of people.
So many
And-
people. Oh my! I mean, people were
Right.
involved in that shit. So many people. There's no way.
There's that Stanley Kubrick thing.
Oh yeah, there's the whole Stanley Kubrick thing about him faking it as well, which is interesting, but we might touch that on that another time. There's also the mirrors that they threw up on the moon all over the place. There's actually an episode of Mythbusters where they shot a laser up there and pinged it. So there's that as well. So somebody was up there leaving shit. If it wasn't our astronauts,
Dude, if Adam and
somebody.
Jamie say it, but I'm all up in it, dude. I love those guys.
I never really watched Mythbusters.
They got style too.
Nathan, where do you stand on all this?
You know they sent a monkey into space too. You want to go to Mars? You're not coming back there. They're not bringing you back.
Like Matt Damon?
I'm going to leave y'all with a quote by Neil Armstrong. People love conspiracy theories. I mean, they're very attractive, but it was never a concern to me because I know that one day somebody's going to go and fly back up there and pick up that camera that I left. And I think that's a good quote because
I love that quote.
Whenever you're talking, whenever you have these conspiracy theories, you realize there are people who worked really hard to do something really great for all of us, and in a way you're demeaning that when you say that it didn't happen. I get that there's an allure to something not happening, and I get that, but you're killing the dream.
And that's not to say that you should just blindly believe everything, but
Right.
there's some times whenever it's just it's too many people involved. There's no way.
Right.
It's just far too improbable. You're just latching on to something you think is a fun idea.
Right.
It's like the flat ass theory. It's like the flat Earth theory,
which we'll get into later. I think we'll cover that.
Yeah, which I also don't like. But again, I feel like people choose to believe it because it's fun to be different, and that's when you got to ask yourself: is what would Hitler do? He would probably do what you're doing.
Hitler would definitely do all this shit. He would definitely come up with all these conspiracy theories to bring the Nazi party together.
Just to snowball it real quick, just see what you're leading yourself to.
Playing the Hitler card. You're all Hitler.